Check, check, check. Let's try that. Can you hear me? Okay, I think I got this going. So, hello. There is a big delay from me to actually what you're getting on the tube. So far, audio, video good. Awesome. What's up, 3G? How you doing? Cool. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit better with this OBS stuff. I think I have some stuff figured out. We'll find out. I know I did StreamYard yesterday, and it is easy, a lot easier than this, but I want to figure this out. So that's my goal. Now, let's see something here. Okay, so we do see the chat there. I got to fix that, don't you think? I got to fix it so that way it looks a little bit better there. I'm going to do this over here. Let's see how this looks. How's that? How's that for Shrimp Cam? Let me see. Let me see what it looks like on the phone. Got to go landscape because up and down doesn't look very good. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Not bad. Pretty cool. So I thought I had cool stuff. I thought I had cool stuff as far as my counter that tells me how many people are in, but that's when I'm doing it through the YouTube studio. It's a little different. Like I said, I still got to mess around with this, but I want to give away some stuff. And thank you for getting me to over 1,000 subs. It's been a long time coming, and I know I took a couple of years off, pretty much. Basically, a year and a half is I disappeared. Poof. Once I moved over here, I think I did one or two streams, maybe, and then all the rest was pretty much I was just trying to catch up with life, catch up with this fish room, and get it set up to where I wanted it. Is it where I want it? No, not even close. Hey, what's up, Liquid Zoo? But yeah, no, I didn't even. It's nowhere close. It's a work in progress, and it's probably always going to be a work in progress. I don't know if any of you feel that way, but man, and so today was a good example, right? I had in my head, I had a plan, and I'm going to have this plan. I'm going to take this plan and make it happen. Well, that really didn't happen so well. Basically, what happened was that I looked at my shrimp a lot. The more I looked at them, the more I realized how much work I have to do for what I want to do this year. And what I want to do this year is okay, so it's going to be my next video, but basically, step one is the setup, right? So I got that. Step two is getting my livestock to breed and have me enough to do something with. And so now step 3 is basically selection and really focusing on, picking out I say my favorite, the best shrimp. This tank that it's looking at is a good example. Um, if you look, there's some that have that center stripe, kind of looks like a lightning bolt almost. I'm trying to work on that. So I got to get all of those shrimp separated from the other ones with just the little spot or white body. And I want to get those separated. And then there's also some in there that have, I call them 4-banded, but it's backwards than the ones with the lightning bolt. It's red, white, red, white, red. So 4 bands of red instead of 4 bands of white. That makes sense. So I want to get those separated. Now I know those are technically the more classic, too much red coloration, so they're lower grade or whatever. But I really like them. So that's why I'm picking out my favorites. I like to call it my favorites versus a specific grade or, a Masura pattern, no entry, triple S, grade, double S. You know me, keeping it shrimple. I've been hiding in a shrimp cave, yeah, pretty much in this shrimp cave. I've been working on it, been trying to tweak it, trying to get like I said, my setup. This filter box thing that I'm doing, like you see in this aquarium. I'm really digging it. I'm really digging resets, just the health of my shrimp. They breed well. It's easy to maintain. Doesn't use that much substrate. Really, I use about 3.5 cups per box. So it goes a long way. I can do a lot. Hey there, Fish Fam Link. Peace. Did Brian pay for the 1K? No, I haven't even talked to Brian. I ain't worried about it, man. Last time I checked, I think he even changed his channel completely. It's not even Detroit Shrimp or anything like that. So, I hope he's doing well. I hope things are all good, but I'm just doing my thing. But yeah, so like I said, that's my big focus and that's where I need your help. And that's kind of why I need to start doing giveaways. Okay. And it's not because my shrimp that I'm giving away are bad shrimp, but I have a lot of shrimp. So I want to give away shrimp so I can empty out some of my tanks the right way. I don't want to just throw them in a tank and forget about them. I want them to thrive and be alive and go on, continue making more little shrimplets all over the world. All over the world. What are we going to do today, Brian? So that's kind of my whole thing, is that now, since I've finally gotten to the point to where my shrimp are breeding a lot and I have a lot of shrimp and not enough tanks, then yeah, I got to get them out there. So I got to get to my fish clubs and stuff like that, start getting them in people's tanks. But yeah, I'm really excited about where it's going. And I did an aquarium today that I took out all of the substrate, took the tank off the rack completely, because I'm starting to realize that when I'm doing these resets, it's also really good to maintain the rack itself, not just the aquarium and what's inside. So that's something that, well, I never thought that would be a thing, but it is. So I took out all of the substrate. I took out one of the filters that's dirty out of my Black Galaxy tank, and that filter is sitting in there to kind of seed it. And then I'm going to put a new fresh one in the other tank. And then about a week later, I'll do the same thing, take the filter out of that Black Galaxy tank that's dirty, and I'll put it in this aquarium again to let it marinate in there and seed it. And then I'll put the other new one. Maybe not a whole week because I'm really comfortable with doing this. I haven't crashed any of my tanks, bacteria. It's I have gotten this system down with these filters in such a way that I'm pretty comfortable resetting them without concern. Hey, look at that. Hi, Size Gal. Hi, Carrie. How you doing? Thanks for joining me. I'm going to be doing a giveaway here. We only got 5 people, it says. But again, I'm on about a 20-second delay. So when I say something, you see it 20 seconds later. Look, I just looked down and I just waved to Carrie. Like I said, I'll figure this out. Now, if I go back over here, I got the chat up there, but like I said, I need to make it bigger font, and I need to put like a background there or something so that way it's legible and I don't have to keep doing this. It's easier for me to do this. Dinner's ready. Later, Joseph. Hello, Cecil. How you doing? So yeah, like I said, 20-second delay. Sorry about all of that. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out what's going to be my best setup to do this on the regular. My internet modem is in my bedroom, so it would behoove me to have either Ethernet line running in here or hook up Ethernet in there and just plug in over there, I think. But then I don't get to do this. And I really want to be able to do this. I like having the 2 cameras. It's something that, because of the audio settings, I've never been able to do it in StreamYard. I just never have. I always get a really bad echo. I don't know which one I'm supposed to turn off. Am I turn off my phone or turn off my laptop or what? SC Catahoula's, what's up? Yeah, I know. But that's why I have the shrimp camp, so you don't have to worry about seeing a bunch of this. You don't have to worry about my ugly mug. You get to see more about the shrimp. And these shrimp, since these are the ones I'll be giving away, yeah, kind of wanted you to see that. And my plan is to give away, 10 plus. You're probably going to get 15 or so, but 10 plus of the PRLs. I want to do 2 giveaways of those and a giveaway of a Keep It Shrimple shirt. Or I might just throw it all in together. Who knows? I don't know. I'm playing it by ear. We'll see who joins us. If there's only like 4 of us or whatever, then we'll work something out. But if more people join, which I'm hoping here, I know it's weird. I haven't done this, like I said, in forever. And sorry for my absence, and sorry for just popping in. I'm back. Hello. But it's kind of, I don't know. I streamed at the Wednesday 7 o'clock slot for so long that, that was 2 years of streaming. Pretty much 2 years of streaming on Wednesday nights. So, yeah, that's why I'm taking it back. But I'm glad everybody joined me. It's been a while. Hopefully you've been watching the videos. Like I said, this year's a good one for me. I have so much going on, but I'm really digging this whole filter box setup, just like what you're seeing now. Um, that's this aquarium right up here. It's to my right. You can see the corner of it right here. Look. There's my computer. But look at that tank over there. The one on the right. No, the other side. Yeah, the one on that side of the screen. Not the one with the anchor moss, the 10-gallon, but the 5-gallon up on the rack. That is all hooker moss. That's all hooker moss. And that's all anchor moss. That thing is full with a little bush of hooker moss in the front. In the tank over there, that's some giant willow moss. I'm trying to get rid of the algae on it. I could pull it off, but I'm doing it the a la natural way. Well, yeah. And up there on those three tanks up in the very top, on the right-hand side, on the very, very far right, that one is the green neos. The middle one, that's all anchor moss that used to be in the green neos. And the one on the left that looks empty is one of my project tanks. But I'm going to reset it and put some more PRLs because, like I said, I have tons of these PRLs. And they're doing extremely well. But I want to refine it, and I want to get more specific on certain patterns that I like the best, which will end up, like I said, with about 4 different aquariums of just PRLs. It's good to be back, man. It really is. I didn't really go anywhere. It was just more, I focused on life. Work was a pain in the ass, and I get it. Everybody's got a job. Everybody got work. But it just didn't fit me. And I tried for 2 years. 2 years I tried really hard to make it fit me. And it just didn't work. Just didn't work. But what I did realize was that it did take a lot out of me. It took me out of me to do that job. And I really stopped doing everything as far as I stopped streaming. I really didn't play my drums. I haven't played my drums up until recently. Played a couple of times, which has been really fun. Yeah, so it was just weird. I was in a weird place. Let's just put it that way. But I feel really good about what I've done in the meantime. My clown killifish they're everywhere. Let's see if we can get a good shot of the clown killifish. Let's see. Trying to see if you can see them from the top. But you can't really see them from the top. They're all up there on the surface. Can you see them up there? And they're all, look at that. Look how many of them there are. You can see them in their silhouettes in the background. That's kind of cool. They're like, uh-oh, what's that camera? Be still. But yeah, that's what I got going on there. The underneath cam. Well, I never thought of that since I have a lack of substrate up here on the top. But as you can see, I also have tons and tons of these guys. These are red pintos, and I have too many of them also. So you can have a pick if you want some red pintos to work on. I haven't really worked on them, and made any specific color patterns or traits that I'm trying to work on. They were basically my shrimp that I used as my experimenting shrimp. They were my guinea pigs, in other words. Once I perfected everything with the red pintos, then I expanded to the black galaxies, and then I expanded to the PRLs. Yeah, smash that like. Now it tells me, I think, that there's 4 people. Yep. That's what my phone says. So we'll keep it going for a little while. I know as far as like everybody that's got something to do, it's going to be Aquatic Expo, which maybe people are traveling, maybe trying to get set up, whatever the case may be. So I hope everybody has a safe travel and an awesome time out there. I wish I was going, and if they were having an international shrimp competition, I would definitely be there. Especially now. I mean, I'm free. I am available. So yeah, that's something that I would like to do, and hopefully when Aquashella comes in, that's the thing is all this stuff that everybody I know scheduling is going to start like crazy because winter's going to pass and all of the aquarium stuff's going to start hitting us one after the other. So Aquashella is going to hit us before we know it. So I'm really looking forward to doing some stuff, especially with local people. Saturday, I'm going to go down to the local fish store, local to here. It's about 50 miles, not 50, maybe 9 miles away, out in the boonies. But I live out in the boonies, so that's cool. Um, but they run the DFW Aquarium Association. So I'm going to go talk to them too and see about maybe getting some of my shrimp in their tanks or some of my mosses. I need mosses too. I got to get them out of my tanks because they're getting overfilled and they don't grow as well when it's overfilled. So I need to share. What's up, Jeff? Woohoo! Thanks for joining. Hoping the shrimp cam thing is working. Let's see. I have my other set of PRLs down here. Let's see if we can get some video on these guys. Oops. Come on. And don't worry about that filter that you see in the shot. It's not plugged in. I used that one to seed this tank because originally I set it up and I was going to put Neos, and I realized I needed more space for my PRLs. But it does have the filter box with the substrate right there. And eventually, probably tomorrow, I'm going to switch that out and put in another filter box in the back. But there's no substrate on the bottom in this tank. And there's babies everywhere. I don't know if you can see them or not. And then my blue Neos are in this tank. Let's see if I bring you along with me. Let's go for a ride. Whee! I'm working on these, trying to pull out the best looking ones. Still got some work to do. Some of them are too dark. Some of them are the wrong type, wrong color blue. But my nephew he has about 60 of these shrimp he got from me. And then he put them in his aquarium. He got another aquarium, separated the bluest ones from the ones that were different or darker. And man, the pictures he sent me of that were awesome. Whee! There we go. Let's get it out of the view of the moss. There we go. Much better. Awesome. So 727. I got 6 people. 6 people. That's pretty good for just like I said, just popping up. I haven't been doing this in forever. I started doing Tuesdays, Thursdays. I was doing kind of the morning thing, but it's too early to be honest. I like the 11 o'clock range, more of a brunch time kind of thing. Uh, that works out a little bit better. We'll see. Who knows? I'm just trying all of this out for a while. I really do like doing streams because I get to just share my thinking. Hello, Shirley. But yeah, so I like to do this because I just get to think out loud with y'all. You know what I mean? Um, it's so much better that way. And questions that you give me back and forth. Sometimes I have questions for you guys, like maybe there's something that you're doing and you're having success with, and I want to know about. So, um, yeah, that's why I'm doing it this way. But I'm also trying to get better with my videos, and for I've watched a lot of my videos. I've gone through and watched, and some of them I've done a really good job. Some of them I could see where I got a little goofy. Um, I had a little too much fun. Other ones, maybe the audio wasn't so great or the film was grainy. I mean, there's just so many different things that I've tried to get better at, and really it all boils down to the camera. Let's see. Fish Fam is running a giveaway where there would be more here. Oh, I get it. Well, I didn't know. Crap. See, and that's part of the problem, and why I need to be more in tune with what's going on is so that way I'm not trying to do a giveaway or a stream when there's a giveaway on a stream. But so it is, so whatever. I need to reset one of my tanks. It killed off my PBLs in a prior colony I had in there. How did you kill off your colony? Well, I mean, who knows, right? I mean, that's such an open-ended question because you never know what could happen. But I'm still not sure if when I'm changing out these filter boxes, if I'm doing it because they have depleted their ability to buffer the substrate, or if I'm doing it because it's collected enough gunk in the media itself and the filter pads that the flow isn't flowing through it anymore. I think it's because for me, it's a matter of it's dirty. I look at it, I can tell that the way that the algae's build up on it. Here's a good example. Let's see. If you look at those filter pads on the very top layer, those used to be white. They're pretty dark. So it's almost time. These are still white. So this is, to me, still good. This, to me, is dirty. And that's what I go by. I don't really necessarily go off of how long I've had it. Maybe I should. maybe I should be more technical. And honestly, I've talked to my son. He's very good with data. He's a data scientist. That's basically what he does. And I've asked him about what if I put together, you know, the data that I want to keep track of, how long my substrate is, how many shrimp, whatever species, plants, substrate, blah, blah, bitty, blah, bitty, all the different things that I could think of and try to keep track of a statistical point to where I'm testing the water and putting in all of the data and then, being more scientific about it. But that goes against everything I believe in as far as keeping it shrimpable. When I used to be very parameter focused and trying to match parameters that were recommended and all of it, blah, blah, I did more damage and killed off more shrimp and fish than I should have, honestly. When I learned to keep it shrimpable and let nature do its thing. Eliminate as many variables such as chemicals. RODI water, to me, that's the best thing ever because I don't have to worry about chlorine. I don't have to worry about ammonia, excessive ammonia from the chlorine when it goes through the cycle and all of that process. I can skip it. Not necessarily. The tanks still need to mature. They still need to cycle. They need to grow the microorganisms and the bacteria, etc. But it's RODI water makes it so much easier. It just, I don't know. And the more I just throw stuff in an aquarium, like my mosses, and just throw them in. Let them sink to the bottom. Let them get comfortable wherever they want to go. And it's like, poof, they flourish. And so I kind of enjoy that part of it. So I'm kind of half and half. Do I want to go and be all scientific and analytical and be able to do a video and tell you, to keep your shrimp at this for this many days, and then you switch this and then do this and then add this much teaspoons and milligrams and blah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm bad at shrimp. I can't get myself to do shrimp-only tanks. I think it was a plant on the wood. That's usually where I've had issues or oopsies. I had a very costly oopsie because I grabbed some moss out of a tub pond at the fish store. It was really pretty moss, and I needed some. And he said, yeah, grab some. And I grabbed a handful of it. Didn't even think, and I threw it in my tank. And then when all of my shrimp that were buried were not produced, they'd produce babies, but then they'd be gone. I'd see the baby one day, and then they'd be gone the next day. And I started looking really closely. Well, all the fuzzy algae I had on the walls of my tank, it wasn't fuzzy algae. It was freaking, whatchamacallits, Hydra. Yeah, it was bad. So, yeah. Lesson learned. I had a shrimp that I paid $299 for one shrimp. No, it was $200. Well, with shipping and everything, because I got other shrimp too. But yeah. I'm a little more careful, but everything I have, and maybe that's the other side of it that sometimes I don't take into account, is that everything I have is mine. All the shrimp that I'm putting in my tanks come from my tanks. All my mosses come from my tanks. So if I find that I have anything, sometimes I get these flatworms, and I don't think they're planaria, but they're a certain type of flatworm. and I get rid of them using no planaria, but knowing that they're coming from my tub now, after I've done so many resets and cleaned them out, I've pretty much eliminated it from most of the tanks, but I know it's coming from the tub. So I treat any plants I pull out of the tub first. Woohoo! We got 6 people. So what do you think? Do we want to do a giveaway, or should I just wait and do the giveaway next week when I know there's more people? You tell me. I'm just glad to be back. I'm glad to kind of get settled. And I know tomorrow I'm going to be doing this again, talking to everybody. Um, but like I said, I'm trying to do a different format during the days than I do in the evenings. I'm trying to figure it all out. I just enjoy talking. I enjoy sharing. And sometimes it's a little bit easier just to stream, show off the shrimp, talk about what I'm thinking, bounce some ideas off you guys, and, move on. Here, look, you want to see this tank over here? This is a pretty cool tank. This is an example of I just threw stuff in there. Okay? Let's see if I can scoot around. So this tank is... This is basically where I started my Clown Killie project. In this tank, in one of those breeder boxes, you can see in that breeder box, I got, I think, 1 male and a couple of females in there. Two coolie first, coolie. Giveaway? Yeah, of course, I know. Why not, right? But anyways, so I started with just this bare 20-gallon tank using the under gravel tubes, feeding water into 2 of these, one on each side, lengthwise, not the way it is now. Okay. And the reason I had that is because I noticed that fry would work their way out of those coarse filters on the end of those boxes and end up in the tank. And then since the tank didn't have any fish in it, their survival was just like crazy. And that's what I used to seed all of my other tanks and start breeding more. And most of the other tanks, all I did was put a pair, male and a female, and they started breeding. But the point is that all I did was just throw stuff in there. Okay. You can look at it. I didn't really do any scaping. I just threw the mosses in there to give the babies places to hide. I have this. Most of my subwasser tank is on a piece of driftwood. I was talking about it the other day. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll take my ball of subwasser tank, drop it in the tank, and then grab a small piece of driftwood, spiderwood. Really, I like spiderwood a lot. And I'll just drop it on top to hold it in place. Eventually, the subwasser tank will grow around and attach itself to the spiderwood. So then all I have to do when I want to move it around is pick up wherever the little piece of driftwood is and move it wherever I want to. And that's what that is. And it's a big giant ball because I haven't trimmed it. But then same thing with the hooker moss. I just threw it in there and it was just boom, exploded. But right now this tank is full of clown killifish and some tangerine tiger shrimp. And I really don't use much filtration on it at all. I used to do the under gravel filter, but right now it's just feeding this breeder box. And that's really the only moving water I have in the tank right now. I'm trying to see if that'll help with the breeding in this tank for the clown killifish. Dun, dun, dun. And these, of course, these are my pride and joy because this is where all of my PRLs come from. Sorry about the glare. Let's see if I can get it close enough. There we go. But yeah, and I just did a big water change. Again, too many shrimp. It's a good problem to have. Let's see if I can move everybody back without getting you all dizzy on the shrimp cam. Whee! I guess I could have used my scenes better. If I was a pro, I'd be using my scenes better, right? There. I ain't no pro. That's for show. For show, for show. Let's see. Let me see if I can catch up on. That is your call. I'm okay with next week. Mama. Somehow, I wasn't subscribed. Thanks, Shirley. Yeah, I'm just sticking with Sawasser in my shrimp tanks from now on. Yeah, I mean, I love my Sawasser tank. I really like this hooker moss and stuff that I've been growing. I like this moss that you see in this tank. I've had this moss for a while, and I believe this moss was one of the culprits that had these flatworms in it, and a lot of just a lot of little critters. But you know, I'm one of those guys that when I see when I'm having too many problems with my critters, then I will get my little small, tiny guppy fry that are like a couple weeks old, and maybe I'll grab the small, tiny killifish fry, and I'll throw them in the tank, especially if there's no shrimplets in the tank, and I'll let them munch on those for a couple of days, and then I'll pull them out and throw them back in their tanks. And usually that does a pretty good job of controlling. But I like to have different kinds. You know, so Wasser Tang, I think, is one of my favorites that I've ever since I started shrimp keeping. So I really like Sawasser Tang. Look, I have a big giant tank full of it back here. Whee! And these have guppies and some. I'm trying to get these work. They're blue rillies, blue-bodied rillies, but they're not stable yet. So I got to work on those. But yeah, that's a whole 10-gallon tank full of Sawasser Tang. And then I have these bushes of Sawasser Tang down in here. Again, they're wrapped around a piece of driftwood or whatever, so they're easy for me to move. I just haven't trimmed these in forever. Usually I'll trim them, and then they grow really pretty, but I like the way these are growing right now, so I'm kind of just leaving them alone. It's pretty awesome looking. Kind of digging on this shrimp cam thing. It's pretty cool. I need to get a better stand, so that way I can do better adjustments and movement without making it all crazy stupid. But it'll work. It'll work for now. The bush is looking a little thick. Yeah, it was. Okay, so that's cool. 747. So yeah, because of like I said, oops, sorry, my bad on the giveaway tonight with the other giveaway going on. So we're gonna wait till next week. I want more people to have a chance. Um, so we'll wait till next week. Next week will be better. By then, I'll be able to put some posts and announcements and all that fun stuff, and see if we can get more people. I mean, I don't know where everybody is at anymore. Um, like I said, when you drop out for basically a year, almost 2 years, in April, it'll be 2 years pretty much that since I did my last stream with Therese right before the international shrimp competition. And then I had to move all of a sudden, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And everything went on pause. Yeah, and I love Tang, and the reason why is because of the way that it grows, and it's all leafy and everything. That is so much surface area for biofilm, and for me, it's a very good visual indicator of your water health. Your Tang will tell you if the water's not right. The way it grows, the way the fingers are either long and stringy or short and stubby with a lot of round edges. That also has a little bit to do with your lighting conditions. But I love the way it just sticks onto spider wood. And back in the day, that was going to be my thing. I was going to do a bunch of spider wood bushes of Tang because I think it's so awesome. But I didn't want to do the super glue thing. And when I started realizing that you could just drop it on top of the Tang and the Tang will eventually attach itself to it. And then you pull that driftwood away with whatever's attached to it and throw it in your tank. And then it'll turn into another bush. And that's why I have so many bushes of Tang everywhere. I used to do a lot more trimming and then take all the trimmings and throw them in a tank, like in this one up here that's all Tang. And then I let those trimmings grow into little bushes, and then I pull those and so on and so forth. But I haven't done a whole lot of trimming. I've been doing more resets. Here's an example, just so you can see. I just did this today, and like I said, that's a dirty filter in there from my Black Galaxy tank. That's probably was set up probably 8 months ago, but I'm using it to kind of seed this aquarium, help with the quick restart. But I just really like these filter boxes, and I'm digging on the no substrate. This one has substrate. It's cool. That was my initial setup, but everything else down here, no substrate, no substrate. That's just got a thin layer, and then that one's just got a thin layer, just like this one's got a thin layer. That's so cool. Dual cam. I like it. Let me know what you think. I mean, if it's better for me to do it on StreamYard with all of the one click. I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp? And I can figure out how to do it here too. I know I can. Just like I know how to do it just a border only. Oops. Nope. I guess I don't. I need to trim my bush. Oh my goodness. How dare you? My bushes look so full and luscious. Oh, Lordy. Maybe I need to pay attention more to what's going on in the chat. Let's see. Did I schedule it? No, I didn't schedule it. See, like I said, I gotta get back in the groove. It's normally dead this time of night. Yes and no. I mean, I know back in the day when I was doing it before, in the before times, and I was doing it on Wednesdays at 7, yes. Uh, like Joe Stan, he'd always say, "Man, I got to eat dinner." Why'd you have to schedule it during dinner or date night? That's what it was. It was date night. So I get it, but if I do it and do it more consistently, like I was, then hopefully we'll get back up to the 40, 50 people a night coming and hanging out. I'm using OBS. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just I like it because it gives me so much more control over everything. Like I can make my overlays however I want them. Yes, I made this one myself. I didn't use Canva or Stream Elements. No, I did this myself on Photoshop. So I'm getting twofold: practice my Photoshop skills and practice my OBS, learning how to do this, learning how to put the widgets in the chat boxes. I don't know how to do the giveaways. I looked and looked and looked all day trying to find it, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. So I'll work on that. But, you know, it's all in good fun. Who loves shrimp? If this is working for you, I say go for it. I use StreamYard because it's the only one I have used. I know, and that's really the first time I streamed with Jason. We used OBS, and I was like, "Screw that! I'm just going to use StreamYard," and I use StreamYard for everything. So when I did it yesterday, last minute, and I got on and I threw it on StreamYard because this was giving me issues. Um, then it was just a matter of everything was still there. My old videos, everything. I had access to it, but because I'm not paying for it, I can't do custom overlays. So yeah, and no, I'm not paying for it. I don't have the money to pay for it. Yeah, open the program. I know, but it is easy. You don't have to do like before when we did it, and that was in what 2021 when me and Jason started streaming. Oh my goodness! So 2021, back then, if I remember right, you still had to go in and find your stream key and then copy the stream key into OBS so that way it would talk to each other. Um, and that's what freaked me out. I was like, I don't want to do that. I just want to be able to click and go. But I do like StreamYard for the fact that you can have guests. So it's kind of a half and half thing. Maybe if I ever start making money again, then I'll pay for it so that way I can have guests and do everything a lot quicker. But if I get better doing this on OBS, then I'll stick with it. That's just me. Keeping it shrimple, man. Uh-oh. Okay, so now this is thing number 2 that I have learned. So I have about an hour and a half of time with no charger cord before I get the low battery. And I did it with no charger cord because I just wanted to see if I could do it and be a little bit more mobile in case I needed to move around like I did tonight. Yeah, and that's what I did yesterday. I just used the free StreamYard because why not? So what? It puts the stupid logo up there and I got to deal with that. But it does make everything easier. It just click, point, invite, share link, everything's right there. So I can do it here. I just got to figure it out and get better at it. Like I said, when I go to this one, I figured out how to do this widget. I just need to do a better font color choice, size, and maybe put a little bit of a transparent background, semi-transparent or faded background or solid background. We'll see. Let's see. What's this? Nope, that's the shrimp cam. Shrimp cam. I just like this. I think this is pretty cool. I want to be able to do more. And like I said, I know I can. I know I can do more. Like I can put a window to where we're actually watching a video in that window instead of the camera. So I can do that. I can make it take away all of this and just play the video inside of this box. But I got to learn how to make sure everything's linked up to each other and in the right place, so that way it does become just a point and click. It's a lot more setup to get there, but once you get there, then it is just a matter of, I come over here and click this, and then I switch it. And then I come over here and click this, and I switch it back. So I've learned that much. But anyways, it's about 7:59. I want to keep it at an hour. I don't want to go too crazy or anything, especially just popping back up and saying hello. I'm back. I love shrimp. I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp? It's better on the video, I know. That's a sample. But anyways, thank you for joining me. If you are interested in any shrimp, I have plenty of PRLs. Plenty, as you can see. Plenty. I have plenty of the red pintos. I have plenty of the black galaxies. I have quite a few blue Neos if you want some Neos. Still working on the green ones. But I also have plenty of moss, plenty of hooker moss, plenty of anchor moss, plenty of this moss that's in this aquarium right here. Let me know. Giant willow moss. Just let me know. Hit me up on an email. It's right up there on top. papashrimpaquatics@gmail.com. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one. Peace.